Hey, just giving you an update on the Maverick and what I'm doing for the past couple days. So let me flip this around. All right, I've got the jacks up, wheels off. I took off the K-member for the Maverick, and I'm putting up a tubular subframe, and just going to give you a little rundown on everything that I've been doing. Obviously, it's a swap, right? So I got the 4.6 in there. Found out that I got number 2 cylinder. Please, I hope it's number 2, but it is second one through. I don't know my front orders, I should. But common thing that happens is spark plugs. The threads get all jacked up and spark plugs coming out. So I still have to fix that. Still runs good, but I can hear blowback. Obviously not good. I didn't want to spend money on a cross member because, hey, I'm just going to use it and be done with it. Why spend money if I got stuff around? I do plan on doing rotors, and I'll keep the calipers, but I would like slotted. And here is the BMR tubular subframe. I went for the one that's it's a lot beefier, but it could still hold my springs, in which a good friend of mine, he hooked me up and gave me lowering springs. So here are the old springs, and boom, I'll put my lowering springs in once I'm done. I do need struts, but as we all know, I mean, you can't just spend money left and right. So little by little. We have the exhaust manifold off, and I got these long tube headers that are coming in soon. I figure since I'm off, here is this is the motor mount, and it's super loose, so figure what the heck. I didn't go for the polyurethane, but no matter what, brand new motor mounts are going to be way better than what's in there. Just a little show, I was able to go to the junkyard, and I've gotten this pretty much dust cover, just like how a Maverick would have it, but this takes up the whole wheel. I do have a little bit of customizing because I cut it short or to have enough room, but I still want to attach that just little by little, right? I mean, this is all off right now just because I was taking off not only the K-member, but this other subframe. Being convertible, it also does have subframe connectors, sort of why I went with, here's your subframe connector right here. And that's why I wanted to go with a convertible on this swap, just because there's extra parts here. Interior is coming along. Again, that's more of the stuff when I'm done. I'll be on the inside. And then the rears, I do have lowering springs for the rears. It does look jacked up because we are lifted in the front, so there's still a lot of stuff. This Mustang I got for 500 bucks, so there's stuff missing, lug nuts, the pads, a bunch of little stuff, but I got it as a non-runner, and it was just a fuse that caused it to not run. A couple other things that I'm working on, because I've never done a swap or a build like this, but the hood, I mean, it looks good and it fits on here, but I could not get hood latches. So I'm working on a couple ideas with turnbuckles, and how am I going to attach a hood, because I can't just put a hinge here for a hood. If that was the case and I just put a hinge here, when you lift it up, I know that the back of the lip would be rubbing on here. Windshield wipers, they work, which I'm obviously very stoked about. This is the Mustang windshield wiper setup. I was able to move everything, readjust the lengths on the windshield wiper itself, and for the motor, everything was sort of switched over, turned around, so I had length. When you invert everything, even the motor in the off position would be open if it was off. So what I had to do with the motor, if you take it out, there's the linkage, and originally, sorry, it was faced this way. Had to sort of slot it out and have the linkage come this way, and then hook all the linkage up. It works. I did run it once, but I still have to take this apart on the inside. Don't know if I can get a good view of it. All right, right here it's crimped in right here, and we have some length until the spring. So what I have to do is uncrimp it, cut it short, slide it down. That way this is sucked in and get shorter blades. It'll be easy, but I got bigger things that I want to do first, and do that for both sides so it is right where it needs to be. I did make marks on here, but I also have an old window that has this is a horrible wear mark from years and years of a windshield wiper. You know, you can't just clean it and think it's good. I watch videos of people resurfacing the windows. Maybe one day I will get a new window, but for now, I'll do my best to just clean it up. If there's any suggestions that anybody knows of to clean up these markings, but I can literally feel it with, don't mind the dust, but I can literally feel it with my hands, even though I've tried cleaning it and everything. WD-40, you know, I've watched little hacks, but it's actually like rubbed into the window so much that I could feel a lip. But let's see. So with the hinges and a couple spots over here, I was able to get a couple bolts in, but I still have to put a bolt on either side to get the fender down. Bumper goes here, and then there would be a bolt here, but I have nothing, and I don't want to weld. So I have an idea of the bracket, you know, coming in, but also up here, just to give it more of a strength and have it attached to the body. But drill a hole through here, and let's see if I can grab this really quick so it doesn't look like a boring video. Don't mind the mess, because this is an outdoor kind of garage. Yeah, one day I'll get a real garage. But I really wanted to try one of these. It's the riveting nut, so rivet nut. And what I'll be able to do is go through, drill a hole, rivet in holes. I know how fenders are. You know, you get it in, you have play. But I think my idea is, if everything's in place and, you know, I put the rivets in exactly where I want it to be, and it doesn't move, I can drill a hole and make it sort of that oval shape, just like this, but up here. At least it'll give me a little forward and back, but for the most part, once everything's in where I want it to be, I don't think it will be a problem. But also use that riveting to put components in like this. So I'm excited to do that. And the cross member here, it's just laid in, another freebie. People just give stuff away, I don't know how, but do the rivet here as well on both sides. That way, I mean, it would just be cool and fun to have that riveting in there. As far as that, the other component that I'm working on are lights. You know, I want to do the upgraded lights and have those really updated LED lights, but all the reviews that I've watched, you got to choose wisely when it comes to that. I was also able to go to the junkyard because the Mustang had fog lights hooked up, and this is all just one video, so I'm not going to edit anything. But the idea is, again, I'll use my your imagination. But have fog lights underneath. I was going to do it closer to the center, but the wire's already over on this side, and if I get it back far enough, I can do a metal screen that goes across to sort of cover this area. Now, the reason why there's such a big gap on this fender or valance is I had to add this 2-inch spacer that I mocked up. You know, everything's sort of mocked up, right? This is the very first time I've ever done anything like this, but this is as far up as I can get it. Otherwise, I'd start to have to cut into the frame of the Mustang, and I didn't want to do that, and I didn't want to cause any troubles with. I want everything to be as original as possible. So adding those was able to lower that further down, which is, to me, still okay. It makes it wider, or at least thicker at the bottom. It's a different look, but it was the only way I could do it. And once I put the lowering springs on, we'll see what that looks like. The paint is not finished, right? But I had to put something on there to sort of keep it all uniform, just to give me a little incentive on what I want it to look like. And once I get the headers in, then I'll work on the exhaust. I have an idea on what I'm going to do with the exhaust. I will have to probably update you. It'll be way too hard to sort of understand what I'm talking about until I get there. But since the Maverick is literally up a couple inches, this right here is that bottom line of your side skirt of the Maverick, which I bent it out a little bit, slid it over the Mustang, set it on, but it gave me 2 inches of length up. So when I look at other Mavericks, I see that this pretty much stops like right under here. And what I noticed is at the bottom of this side skirt, and there's a big difference of length, you know, from here to here. So what I was planning on doing, I saw some, I think they're called boom exhaust from NASCAR, but something flat and wide that will almost fill up this gap all the way back here, and then just a tip that goes up just a little bit, nothing crazy. I just want it to be flat, wide, and actually fill in space, and it will fill in sort of that missing spot, and to me, I think it'll look good. So that's my update. I know I'm about 13 minutes in, but it is awesome, and I'll try to give you guys more updates. So once I get this in and on the ground, I'll make another video. Thank you.